Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. I'm Dr. Amy Burgess, the Director of Student Support Services. Tonight, I'll be sharing our Guardrail 2 Progress Monitoring Report, which focuses on the Climate Effectiveness Survey and our partnership with Urban Connection. This report reflects baseline data and the next steps for our pilot school as a part of our ongoing work to strengthen district culture and climate. This presentation addresses Guardrail 2. The superintendent will not cause or allow conditions, practices, or procedures that are inequitable or insufficient for students. The interim measure 2.1, the percentage of teachers who respond favorably on the Climate Effectiveness Progress Monitoring Survey for one pilot school from Urban Connection will increase from 52% in August of 2025 to 60% in May of 2026. It's important to note that this is currently in draft form. Urban Connection has partnered with Creighton School District to help strengthen cultural awareness across the district. One pilot school has been selected to launch this initiative. This work includes facilitated sessions with site walkthroughs to help navigate the school and additional sessions to observe, pre and post assessments, staff professional learning and development, with the first session that occurred in November that focused on grade level systems and restorative practices, as well as district leadership training. There are also ongoing monthly meetings with the pilot school that focus on building sustainable systems, accountability, and strong relationships and expectations that are known by all stakeholders on campus. Our interim measure 2.1 focuses on staff perception and the growth on the School Climate Effectiveness Progress Monitoring Survey. We are measuring the percentage of certified staff who respond favorably on the survey. In the fall of 2025, certified staff at the pilot school took the Climate Effectiveness Progress Monitoring Survey. The survey consists of 4 key domains: systems, building relationships, rigorous, accessible content, and cultural awareness. Each domain also includes 4 to 6 subdomains and is rated based on the percentage of descriptors that are met. Our pilot school's overall baseline score is 52%, setting the foundation for targeted improvement efforts this school year. The following chart displays the overall combined score of 52% from our pilot school. Our recommended goal is to increase it from 52% in the fall of 2025 to 60% in May of 2026. The graph demonstrates how the pilot school performed across the 4 domains: cultural awareness at 57%, systems at 53%, relationships at 49%, rigorous, accessible content at 59%. However, it is important to note that each domain consists of 4 to 6 subdomains. A person taking the survey bases their score upon how many of the descriptors are met in each of the subdomain. For example, under the domain of cultural awareness, there are 5 subdomains. Each subdomain receives a score. For our pilot school, the highest scoring subdomain was community involvement. The average score was 2.93 out of 4, or 73%, responded favorably. The lowest scoring area was restorative practices within the systems domain with a score of 40%. This shows strong community engagement, but a need for deeper consistency in restorative and system-based practices. In addition to the survey, Urban Connection conducted a progress monitoring walkthrough assessment, selecting 9 random rooms. The graph represents the data collected from the walkthrough assessment. Each domain has 4 to 5 subdomains assessed. The assessment uses a scale from 0 to 3. 3 meaning it was observed in all classrooms, 2, it was observed in most, 1, it was observed in some, or 0, it was not observable. These observations help us identify consistency across the pilot school. As you can see, the highest scoring area was under expectations. This data provides valuable insight into where the strengths at our pilot school are and areas to build upon. Based upon our next data, here are our next steps. Facilitated pilot professional development, which occurred on November 4th, the focus on reviewing the overall data of the pilots for the pilot school, in addition to focusing on restorative practices, specifically on creating consistent grade level reflections for students, as well as developing a space in the classroom where a student can self-regulate. Additionally, there will be leadership training on December 17th, and it's also important to note that there will also be ruler training that coincides with the training from Urban Connection on December 17th. The pilot school has a strong sense of community and will continue focusing on systems alignment and restorative practices with the support of Urban Connection. Their work represents the collective effort of our district to align adult actions with the conditions our students need to thrive. Simply put, student outcomes don't change until adult behaviors change. Thank you.